Hey friends, how's it going? It's Erin with What a Witch Knows. I hope you guys can hear me. My mic is not charged, so I'm just doing this without one. I'm doing a tarot read for y'all, shuffling my cards about Venus retrograde. So, Venus retrograde is Venus is a personal planet. That means it's close to the Earth, and that means when it moves backwards or appears to be moving backwards in the sky, it's going to affect us personally, affect our lives, our day to day lives. Y'all probably heard about Mercury retrograde, which is the planet of communication. So when communication goes haywire, um, shit can really hit the fan. With Venus retrograde, it's a little bit different because Venus rules love and money. So this can be times when you're going into your interior and inner world and reflecting on, well, what do I want now? What is my next move when it comes to love, money, partnership, friendships, that type of thing that feels really aligned to me and to my soul's purpose. Not something that society wants from me, not something that my job wants from me, but what do I want out of love? What do I want out of, the way that I'm showing up and making money in the world? Um, so this particular Venus retrograde is actually really powerful, and I'm going to link you guys down below to Molly McCord on this. She is fantastic. Molly is talking about how basically we're all going through an incredible personal transformation right now. And this Venus retrograde is going to really ratchet that up because it's going to make a sextile, which is a favorable conversation with Pluto in Aquarius. And Pluto has been in Aquarius never before in our lifetime. This is like the last time it was in Aquarius was like around the American Revolution. So it's a big deal that Pluto is in Aquarius. Aquarius is the future, it's visionary, it's like, what is your true authentic self and how can you bring that to the collective and how can we all work together to make a brand new society that we've never even thought of or imagined before? So when Venus sextiles with Pluto in Aquarius, which I believe is going to be like right around the March equinox, which is March 21st, also known as the astrological new year, the beginning of the zodiac wheel, and what witches celebrate as basically the start of the year. It's going to be an incredibly powerful download from our future selves to our current selves. So, what do we want? What do we want in our personal lives? Who do we want in our personal lives? What do we want to be spending our day at work doing? And when we have Pluto, which is such a powerhouse of a transformational planet, making such a favorable conversation with Venus, which is a personal planet, we're going to be able to get some real guidance and some real direction from God, from the divine, whatever you believe in, really even from your future self on what your life in the future looks like, and how does it feel? That's like the first part of manifestation, right? It's like, how do I want to feel in the future? That's just the first part of Venus retrograde, okay? Because there's more. There's a lot more. She's going to go back into Pisces. She's going to make a conjunction with Neptune, which is at the very end of Pisces, the very end of the zodiac wheel. She's going to make a conjunction with the North Node. I'm not an expert on this. I want to send y'all to Molly because she knows her stuff. But I just want to prepare you. This Venus retrograde, get really intentional about what you want. Really, like really what you want, like not what anybody else wants for you. And start just whatever, feeling comes up for you when I just said that. Tune into that feeling, tune into it. What does it feel like? Does it feel happy? Does it feel light? Does it feel joyful? Like, what do you want to feel in your daily life? You don't need to know exactly what it's going to look like, but you do need to know how it's going to feel. So focus on that. All right, guys. I think I'm ready to pull cards. Are you ready? Okay. So we started with the Knight of Pentacles. This is a very slow moving energy, but it's a very reliable, steady, dependable energy. This is the type of energy we need to find within ourselves right now, okay? This is the type of energy that is not going to exist outside of us in the coming months because, as you can see, the shit is hitting the fan all around us. And, I have compassion because that is fucking scary, man. It's scary as hell when things that you've relied on and things that you've trusted, your job and your relationships, things like that, you're starting to realize that these things aren't stable at all. You thought they were, but they're not. But the most important thing is that you have that stability within yourself. You can always find that stability inside yourself. And that's what the Knight of Pentacles represents. You know, he's kind of like a slow and steady wins the race type of a guy. You know, he might take the scenic route, but he's going to get there, and he's going to deliver this pentacle, which is usually something that is something that you can see and feel and touch in your physical world. So these are our manifestations, right? These are the things that we want. These are the things that we're working towards. If we can find that stability inside ourselves, the manifestations will come. We just have to trust. Okay, let's see what else we have. Okay, so we have the moon. This is a little bit tricky. So I can't remember if this is the card of Cancer or Pisces, but it's a very watery energy. It's related to water signs. We have a lot of Pisces energy right now, a lot of planets in Pisces, which rules the underworld, the subconscious. What resides on the bottom of the ocean floor that we have never seen before, that type of thing. We have to get comfortable with the unknown, unfortunately. In this new paradigm, we just won't know what's coming around the corner. And we can trust, if we have faith in ourselves and that internal stability in ourselves, that we'll be okay. Even if we don't know what's coming around the bend, as long as we have that internal stability, then we're fine. So that's, I think, what this Pisces season is inviting us to do. It's inviting us to sort of like float on that surface of the salt water and sort of let our bodies sort of go with the flow, and just trust that we're safe and that spirit has our back and that we're guided and that we're supported, even if everything around us is in complete chaos. Yeah, so this is about those connections, like those supportive connections with people and family and friends and loved ones. I think that's another thing that's going to really help us get through this time where things just seem so nebulous. Like there's no shape to it. There's nothing we can grasp. There's nothing we can hold on to. Like everything's sort of like slipping through our fingers. Well, what we can grasp onto are those really strong partnerships and really strong connections with people that we love and people that care about us and that we care about and that we really want the best for. There's strength in numbers, right? And like if you were to just like focus on the media right now, you would think that everyone is hating each other and everyone is at each other's throats, and that's true to a certain degree, but where is that not true? Like, where are there strong partnerships? Where are people coming together and really building something that's like unique and different and special and strong? You know what I mean? Like, look for those things, because the media is not going to cover that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to take that. That didn't feel good. It was the Three of Pentacles, but and I think that was just like another confirmation of that we need to work together to build something different. We can't let the media and other information sources divide us. I'm just shuffling again because it feels like the energy needs to move more through these cards. Let's see what else we have. By the way, this is like a super impromptu reading. I was not going to do a reading today. I was like working. I had a client call. I have to do more work. I have a deadline. I got a lot of shit going on, guys, but something told me like we need to do a reading for Venus retrograde, even though I'm like a little bit late because, I didn't even mention this. It started, Venus retrograde started, I believe, March 1st, and it lasts for 40 days and 40 nights. So we have a while that we're going to be in Venus retrograde, and it's also going to be coinciding with Mercury retrograde, unfortunately, everybody's favorite retrograde. So it's a good time to go inside, feel what you're feeling, feel your emotions, let yourself feel your emotions, they're not your enemy. Just have compassion for yourself. Pay attention to what's coming up, This is really cool. So I just split the deck on the Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. So I think this is just more confirmation. I think we actually might be kind of done with this reading because I keep getting usually when I keep getting the same confirmations of the same things that I'm saying, they're like, okay, we're done. We've the message is clear. So this is about independence, the Nine of Pentacles. It's about finding that stability, like the Knight of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. They're similar energies. It's about finding that stability within yourself. It's about not needing validation from the outside world. It's about being good on your own, like making your own money, you know, being an entrepreneur if you need to. Like I know a lot of people right now, their jobs are up in the air and that sucks. And I have massive compassion for people who are going through that. You know, but at the same time, I think it's also an invitation for us to say, okay, well, what skills do I have to offer? Can I be an entrepreneur? Can I be a consultant? Can I be a freelancer? Can, you know, if I were to do an elevator speech about who I am and what I can offer to society, what would I say? You know, if I could offer a client a service, what would it be? You know what I mean? I think we're really going to have to start, like, especially with everything crumbling right now, like thinking about money in terms of our own personal power. And I think that's very much linked to the Venus retrograde because it's all about empowerment. This Venus retrograde, as Molly goes into, and I really would encourage you to read her, or sorry, to listen to her podcast about it. It's about personal empowerment. Like, that's the name of the game with this Venus retrograde. And it leads to the Ten of Pentacles, which is abundance, financial abundance. It's a new paradigm for how we make money. It's making money based on our own personal skill sets and our own personal sets of values and our own strengths, and not doing, you know, things that we're not good at, type of a thing, or not doing things that we don't like, and not doing things that don't stress us, that stress us out. Like ultimately, if we're following our passion, if we're following what makes us excited and alive and like wanting to be here on this earth, like that's the thing in this new paradigm that's going to lead ultimately to wealth and to abundance and to success. So even if you're freaking out and things are up in the air, like it's even more of an invitation to turn inward, to say, who am I and what do I bring to the table? So I know it's like not an easy message to hear, and I know it can be like, it can be very scary. It can be very scary with all this Pisces energy, but I think that's what the Venus retrograde is bringing us, is that personal empowerment, and it's a gift. It's honestly a gift, guys. Like, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. I feel like I've been saying this a lot. Like, if something good is coming your way, like receive it. This Venus retrograde, I think, also is about receiving all of the things that we've already been manifesting. For many of us, we've been working on these manifestations for a really long time, and I think now we're going to start really seeing the fruits of that, the fruits of our labor, and it's really beautiful. So it doesn't have to be scary. It can, you know, Venus retrograde can be like incredibly just beautiful and lovely as well. So I hope you guys have a lovely Venus retrograde. Try not to stress out too much. You know, if you need to take a break, please, if you can, if you're in a position to like take, you know, a weekend and just do a little road trip and, you know, go out to the mountains, or if you can get on a quick flight and go to the beach for a couple days, like if you're in the position to do that, it's a great time to do that. Just like chill, just enjoy, just receive. Okay, I love you guys. Take care. Blessed be.